I'm just sending messages to, had a message. Am I going live? Yes, I am. I'm going live. 11 o'clock. Here we go. Omega Supreme. Welcome. Good to see you. I love, hey, Sam. Welcome. What time is it in the Nether? Actually, I was going to, I won't reveal locations, but what time is it in Europe at the moment? Hey, Fred. I was just sending you a message. You probably got the message and got pinged at the same time. Hey, Sean. Good to see you guys. Yes, glad to see you got Tony Yomi. Is Tony? Yes, Tony Yomi. Oh, actually, you put me onto Tony Yomi when it first came out. I still remember this. You said, you actually told me that this would be one that I would enjoy. You were on point. That is like, it's pure magic. And I need to now put the graphic image. Good to be here. Yeah. Oh, Naxos. Good call. I'll tell you what I'm wearing in a minute, but I'm going to wait for everyone to come on in. Hey, Gus. I love how you call me Marcelito. I mean, my mother would call me Marcelito. So I take that as a deep a term of endearment. Yeah, it's funny that you call me that. I love it. What's up? Good to see you guys all. This is pretty cool. So this is can you tell that the lighting is better? I mean, I don't know if you saw for those who saw the live that I did for Europe. I saved it, but I gave it to the members, and then I asked the members, because the members are now, this is the trusted council. And I asked him, what was it? And I had Kimo, bless you, Kimo. Thank you for doing that. He's like, the lighting was terrible. And I'm like, I totally agree. The lighting was horrible. So the lighting is a lot better today. Much cleaner. I had the help of my crew. So on Saturday, it was just me on my own. And if you saw the video that I did on Instagram, I went live. I still don't know how I did it. I went live and I made a mess of that. All right, James Bond is in the house. James Bond, is that really your name? I mean, it could be, and I think that all kudos to you that you've got such the coolest name out there. Pam, good to see you. We've got the Aussies in the house. Ads, I love Ads is here too. Ads, whereabouts are you in the world, Ads? I'm curious to know about that. Jessica, has your parcel landed? Because the European parcels are all landing at the moment. So I'm curious to know if yours has also arrived. Okay, so have I tried? I haven't tried. I have tried Oud for Greatness. So yes, I haven't jumped into it just yet. So Chicago's in the house. Nice to see you, Kate. UK, 2 a.m. Ads, what are you doing, man? Too late. Oh, Jessica, if you're okay, Jessica, if we're connected via Instagram, I'd love for you to send me a photo. I'd love to make a story. I don't know if you saw the stories that we're doing for all the European people who are receiving their parcels. It's a little bit of hype. It's a little bit of fun. So if you're okay to send me just a photo of whatever you got there set up, that would be awesome. I'd love to see that. And good on you for trying. That's the right way to do it. I have some people who we've done these experiences before, and they're putting those samples aside, like they're waiting for the night. No, start spraying, start experiencing, start smelling. Because the other thing too is that obviously on the night, we're going to get a lot of top notes, but you want to start experiencing the dry downs and see how that perfume evolves. Yes, thanks, Jessica. I appreciate you doing that. Fred, I love your question. Am I familiar with Zafiro? Is that question for me? Because I'm like, please. I'm the niche fragrance collector. I mean, the 1861, it's a collection. I mean, I need to have all of them. Yeah, so have a look on the channel, Fred. I did do a review on Zafiro itself. I think it's the black sheep of the family. Everyone talks about Renaissance. Everybody talks about Naxos, obviously. Zafiro is a super big hitter. The only catch to Zafiro is that it does have an incense note, and as a result, the incense, people like it, don't like it. But honey, incense is just magic, pure magic. No, there's a review. Yeah, I'll after this, I'll flick it across to you. So if you type in Zafiro, I definitely created a review. I did it as part of the 1861 lineup. Ali, good to see you. Ali's in the house. I love this. Yes, it is the black sheep. Absolutely. This is cool, everyone. Well, lovely to see you all. I've actually, excuse me. I've actually got some fragrances that I've put aside here. But before we start, what's our scent of the day, everybody? What are we enjoying across the world? Because we've got people from everywhere. Jessica, I wish I could stay on. Jess, thank you so much. The Shop With Us event that's happening on Saturday, we tested already. We're going to have like 4 cameras all just happening. So it's going to be pretty exciting. If you want to have your camera on, you can, no pressure at all. But just so you know, we'd love to hear everybody's voice in that actual. So it's not just Kevin and I, and actually Michael has actually won one of the thrones that we're doing. So we want to open it up to everybody. Everybody's got a voice. We want to hear what everyone has to say when it comes to those fragrances. So if you're okay for that, Jessica, would love to have. You can turn your mic on and you can jump in and share how you're experiencing those. I love, Pam, that you are wearing Orm & Jane because bada bing. I want to talk about Orm & Jane in just a second. So you are ahead of the game. So good for you. And Levant is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Lee Alexandria too. Poof, forget about it. I mean, in touch with the universe right now. Porthole, glorious fragrance. Beautiful for summer. Good choice, Jess. James Bond. I love, so that you guys are talking, that's cool. Scudo, good choice, Scudo. I'm glad that you're wearing Scudo, Sam, because it's funny, people think that incense is a fragrance for winter, but Scudo in particular is fantastic as a summer fragrance. So I'll be curious to see what your thoughts are. So reserve all your comments for the online event that we're going to do with Oligarch. Love to hear how that's performing for you in your summer. 40 knots for Megasoid. I love it. For Fred, yeah, 40 knots. I mean, it's just like boom, boom, boom. All right, let me tell you what I'm wearing today. James Bond. Oh, you guys are talking. I love one thing that I because this is the whole live thing is a whole new experience for me. And I feel, as I see comments, I feel obliged to look at the comments and answer them, but also realize, and I've been watching Justin Copeland over the last couple of days, and I love the smoothness of this man. I just love his voice. I tend to get very excited. He keeps his voice at this really smooth jazz sort of place. And then I've been also watching Equality Fragrance. I think that's the gentleman's. Actually, I don't know the gentleman. Does anybody know? Is it Equality Fragrance? Actually, Sean, I know that you do a lot of watching his stuff. Let's have a look, see if that comes through. Because I'd love to know. I don't know the guy's name. He does a lot of like battles and meetups with other people. Does a lot of lives. Anyway, so the whole live thing is a new experience for me. It's I'm going to try my best to see how I can sort of put my own sort of flavor to this. Yeah, thank you. I can't help it. I ping. I do a lot of. I think it must be all the mate I'm drinking that I drink. Quality Fragrances leaves near me. Yeah, he's awesome. I love his charm too. He's got this. Yeah, he scares me. I mean, I'd love to see. I think with Justin, I think I would probably ease in better. Yeah, but the other gentleman scares me. The pinging is fun. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go on. So what I'm going to do today, as I find my rhythm in all of this, and I also feel that because the advantage that I have is that I can get your instant feedback as to what exactly is it that you would love to see. Yeah, EQ has passion, man. I love his energy. Yeah, I love all his content, and I love the things he has to say. So what I've got in front of me here, I had a question asked of me not long ago. What were my thoughts on Bond Number Nine? And I do love Bond Number Nine, so I do have some of their fragrances. There's always a balance when it comes to the channel and the things, and what I'm talking about. There's always a balance between talking about things that are going to create, clicks and people are going to listen to, but also talk about things that I genuinely love and I just like. And I know it's not going to create the same level of clicks. Like if I say Zerjoff in anything, all of a sudden everything spikes and flies off the radar. But if I say, I don't know, like at the moment, I've been doing a lot of talk on Pierre Guillaume. And this is, I know, a brand that's not really across YouTube, a lot of the conversations. But let me tell you, people, you need to get onto this brand. Today, I am wearing the original Pierre Guillaume, which is Coze, spelled C-O-Z-E. Number 2. Now, this is his, if you haven't seen it, it's the origin story on all things Pierre Guillaume. He created that fragrance, of course, he created it as a way to remember his father. I talked about it on that episode where he received news that his father was diagnosed with an incurable cancer. In pure panic and desire to preserve the memory of his dad more than just a photo. And being that he is a chemist, he created formula. Him and his father had a business. They had a business because it's no longer operating. And they would create formulas for companies. And he went and he wanted to recreate the memory of his dad and this, I guess, a scent profile of his father. And he replicated his father's cigar box, and that created the fragrance Coze. But he did it for himself, not as a commercial or as an artistic piece. He just did it because he wanted to remember his dad. And again, I go back, olfactory, and we know this. Smell, we can, you remember places, people, so he wanted to preserve that in that memory. Long story short, someone smelt it, thought this is a beautiful fragrance, and that then developed the business that it now is, Pierre Guillaume. So I discovered him when I was in Paris. I heard a lot about him in the lead up, so I was excited to go to the boutique there. I've done quite a few episodes. If you are curious to know about a brand that flies really low under the radar, has exceptional and a collection that is like nothing else, I would strongly recommend to you guys Pierre Guillaume. So I am wearing Coze number 2 because it's his superpower fragrance. It's the one that, and Coze, just means you can do it. Basically, you have the guts to do it. So I'm doing lives, and I can do it because this is scary for me. I'll be completely honest with you. Allora, okay. So what I want to talk about today is, let me just look at something, because I do feel obliged to read your comments and not just ramble on like a mate talk. I can just ramble on. Let's have a look. Yeah, I love watching EQ. Okay, I want to add some Bond Number 9s. All right, so I've got 2 here that I'm going to share with you guys. Just kind of, yep, beautiful. Yep. All right. All right, moving forward. So the 2 that, so I'm going to put 2 Bond Number 9s that I really, really enjoy and love wearing. One for summer, one for winter, for our location here, so anyone watching in the southern can enjoy. First, we'll do northern, being that this is the US live experience. This is Cher Bond, and if you want to compare it, if you want to know what's it like, it would be very similar to Green Irish Tweed by Creed. Why do I love this one? Excuse me, itchy nose. So it has the same, and I think it's that sort of lemon verbena. It does have like a woods scape. It's very aromatic. I find that for me, the woods here are slightly different. So if you were to spread them side by side, I feel that Green Irish and Cher Bond start very similar. But on the dry down, I feel like it goes a little bit more on the woods. There's a slight powder. I know I need to wash my mouth after this, but I think it performs a little bit better than Green Irish in that it has a bigger push on it. It's a big hitter for me. I really love it. It's more of a, I can't wear this. Well, not that I can't, but I don't wear this over cooler months. I prefer it over the warmer months. So this is green. I was about to say Green Irish. This is Cher Bond, fantastic fragrance. Big fan of that one there. The other one that I really love, and we were wearing this the other day. Let me just tap in. Michael was excited. Yeah. So thank you, Sam. So yeah, actually, it was Michael Marzano that put me onto this. So Michael talked that he said that if he could take, I think it was like 3 or 5 fragrances to a deserted island, that Cher Bond would actually be one of them. So it gives you an idea. And for those who know Michael is a national treasure for us here in this country. I think he is. He's a good friend, and but his knowledge on perfumery is like second to none. I mean, he's just incredible. And anyway, he put me onto that, and I would recommend it to you guys. The other one, Cher Bond. Yeah, look, I love Bleecker. I have Greenwich Village. I tried, it didn't quite work for me. But I do like Bleecker Street. Snap the Bond series is totally new. Oh, well, Captain Versace, you got to get onto it. It's okay. So let me backtrack. So Bond number 9, I discovered these guys. They're a New York-based perfumery, so it's a U.S. company. They have this very unique, and this is what caught my eye, this very star-like looking bottle. What I love about what they do, and this sort of taps into my, and for those who love to buy a perfume when you go to a location. So I'm all about go to a new place and buy a perfume there, because, and then wear it while you're in that place. And that way it locks in olfactory, the memory to this location. So if you were to wear whatever it may be, I mean, for me, anything from Santa Maria Novella locks me into Florence. I smell that. I can see Florence all around me. So Bond number 9 is one of those companies that, and what they do is they celebrate New York. So this is Lafayette Street. This is Cher Bond, which I'm not really sure what it's in reference to, but I know they have things like, there's another fragrance for, it's a little bit more female leaning, which is Madison Avenue. I actually love wearing it. It is, actually, Sandra told me off. I won't, but it is a very sweet, very sort of, anyway, I liked wearing it. I like the scent profile, but Sandra's like, that's not for you. That's not. So for a young woman, that gives you an idea of where it should sit. For a young woman, it would be a beautiful fragrance. I actually said that on the last Mate talk I did, that is it Regina Williams from Mean Girls? Because I think Regina would be wearing that fragrance. You know, it's got this young person vibe, and it's got this beautiful sweet apple blackberry sort of note on the opening. It's just a gorgeous fragrance. Allora, let's have a look. Please share us ideas on how to store your perfume. Yes, yeah. Okay, so William, I've got something that I'm shooting this week. All right, so hang tight on that. I'm definitely doing something there. I want to thank Fred. Fred, you gave me this idea. Fred asked me a question on skin chemistry and how does fragrance actually, is there such a thing as skin chemistry affecting how a perfume performs? The short answer is yes, but I'm going to elaborate on that, and I will create something there. And William, further to your question there, I'm doing a new series. All right, so it's something that I'm planning to go. And Lafayette Street. Okay, let me go back to Lafayette. So this is my winter fragrance. Recently, we were out in the country and Victorian country. I don't know if you guys saw. If you're not connected to me on Instagram, check out the Instagram. I do a lot of content that is separate to YouTube. Anyway, so we created a video. Kangaroos were everywhere, abounding. So it was a very Aussie landscape. And we were, well, not all of us. We were there for 3 days, and I bought 21 perfumes. I like creating, so I have a scent bar here. So it's all my various fragrances that anyone can come in and enjoy. So I love recreating a scent bar if I were to go away. And so I put 21 fragrances so that all of us could come in and spray as we wanted and enjoy different things at different time. Anyway, Lafayette Street. It has this wonderful ambery, it's warm. I'm not really sure on all the different notes. I just smelled it just before. Does have like a caramel opening to it. Probably has some tobacco in there or something like that. It is a very ambery fragrance. It has great projection. I feel like it lasts very well. When I say it lasts very well, probably 6+ hours on it. But as a winter fragrance, so for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, this is pure magic. So I don't know if this would work as well northern. I think it might be a bit too ambery. Again, I go back, Chibond is the one you want. Boom. Green apple. It's got some green apple. All right. Bravo. Actually, for some reason, similar to, so Xerjoff, I think, have a very similar DNA. They love using citrus, and they have a very sweet, sugary citrus note on that opening. And I find that the Bond No. 9s love using, they love using fruit note. So I noticed that they have like blueberry and blackcurrant and apple in a lot of their opening of their notes of their fragrances. So for me, that's their DNA in that space there. Hello, Brian, welcome. Can't wait for September the 9th. Oh yeah, okay. So actually, now that we've got a US audience, thank you for bringing that up, Brian. So September the 9th, I have put aside, I'm going to be in LA, and I will go downtown LA if you guys want, or we can go, look, I don't know the geography of LA that much or that well, but I'm happy to go anywhere. I did mention that we would do Beverly Hills Boutique. I haven't had a response from Alan as yet. And again, nothing on Alan. I'm sure he's busy. He's got a million things. I have noticed that they've been doing a lot of launches in the store. So I get it. You know, it might be, yeah, anyway. So we can go anywhere. I mentioned that I jumped online. I did notice that Neiman Marcus has some really beautiful displays. But again, it's in I guess, a department store. It's a little bit larger, but you know, maybe that might be a good idea. I don't know. So I'm leaving it open. I'm not going to bring it up again, just to give you a heads up. I'm not going to bring it up again, only because I don't want to sort of, you know, badger people about it. If you are interested, DM me on Insta, or you even put a comment on the Mate Talks, and we can work something out. But Saturday, 9th of September, I will be in the US. I will be in LA. Love to do something if that works. Actually, I like that. So Neiman Marcus or near Rodeo Drive. Yeah. And that's what I thought. And I actually thought keep it around that Beverly Hills sort of region. And it would be nice. Let's have a look. Do you know Scent Bar? I don't. John, thank you for that. In West Hollywood. I can check that out. So let's have a look at Scent Bar. So Scent Bar is in Hollywood. Would be a great place to meet. Yep, let's do Scent Bar. After this, I'm going to check out those locations. I'm not familiar with that. So what's it about? We did a meetup at Oligarch. Again, if you connected with me on Insta, you'll see the thing I did on that. And it's really a chance for you to tell me what you love. I'm more interested in hearing how fragrances work on you guys, what things that you're enjoying. I mean, yeah, so rather than me carrying on again about stuff, I actually want to connect with you. So at Oligarch, people brought 3 of their favorite fragrances and shared it with the rest of us. It was such a fun event. It was, I only had 2 hours. It was from 2 to 4. In the end, we were there till 5. I looked at my watch and I couldn't believe that it was coming on to 5 o'clock. 3 hours of just talking about perfumes and engaging with everyone. So that's what I want to do. That's the idea. It's really just a chance to connect with you guys, see what you guys are enjoying, open up my field when it comes to, because again, we're limited here in Australia. We have it's pretty broad, but not as broad as the US or Europe. My email address. So if you jump on my website, on YouTube, you'll see under the About, I've actually put my email address in there. So feel free to email me. And also, I think I've put my WhatsApp. I'm on WhatsApp. I like using WhatsApp. So if you guys want to send me a WhatsApp message, by all means, that also works too. All right. So something new. I mentioned to you Pierre Guillaume. I would recommend that to you. I do know that he doesn't have distribution here in Australia. So I'm going to say he has limited distribution around the world. I was going to show you this, actually. This is Trudon. but I'm going to say they have limited distribution too. For those who might not know, Trudon is a candle maker. That's how they started. It's a French company, but they've gone into creating fragrances. Northern Hemisphere, this is Medi. You need Medi. This is the most divine citrus, lasts forever. So think of Renaissance. Renaissance tends to have a much more of a green note that runs through it. This one here stays very citrus, very bright. This is just glorious. I mean, I actually think of Paris Monte Carlo, Bergamotto di Calabria. So Bergamotto tends to be very floral and white floral, which is beautiful with that citrus note. This one here really just stays citrus, vibrant, sunshine. So if you want Northern Hemisphere, I really recommend that to you. All right, I'm going to keep going. Key scents. Awesome. Thank you, John. I appreciate you doing that. Kimo. I was talking about you before, Kimo. I wasn't talking behind your back. I was talking about you. And you made the point that my lighting was bad. I agree. The lighting was terrible. How's this, Kimo? Are we looking good now? Softer light, bit of side light. I think I'm looking. I had the help of the other day. Anyway, I already went through that. But anyway, I think the lighting is better today. All right, so 2 fragrances I want to recommend to you guys. And I think they're very well distributed around the world. All right, Byredo. Yeah, I'm going to come to that. Yes. Okay. 2 fragrances that I would recommend. Now, earlier on, Pam mentioned Orm & Jane. I think this is another brand. So it's a brand from the UK. It flies really low under the radar. They have an exceptional collection. I know that some other reviewers talk about, is it Monte Blanco? I don't have it. That's a new one that's come to Australia, so I haven't had a chance. The lights are way better. Thank you, Kimo. I appreciate your approval. I agree with you. What you said before was right. The lighting, I mean, even as I saw it on my screen, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm overexposed. I can see it. I'm too bright. Yeah, so this is much nicer. Much nicer setup. So what I would do here, Orm & Jane. Orm & Jane, awesome brand. The owner of the brand, her name is Linda Pilkington. She is. I'll put a photo of her. I bumped into her at Exxon's. She's the most exuberant, most charismatic, most energetic person I know. This is a person. Think of the feather in Forrest Gump. And for me, the analogy of the feather is that it moves. Forrest never really designed where he's going to go. He just goes with where the flow is. And Linda Pilkington is, in my opinion, the epitome of this feather. She has done so many different things, and she's now landed in creating perfume. And the perfume, the first one that I came across was Orm & Man. She uses their hemlock, which is actually it's actually a poisonous plant. She uses it in small degree, but she created this very early on. Orm & Man and Orm & Woman, and hemlock is one of the key notes in the fragrance. Let me just tell you, it is the most unique. So this is the man, okay? The most unique, aromatic, just confident, woody fragrance. If you like aromatic, dry wood style fragrance, I would strongly recommend check out Orm & Man. Everybody, and I know that's an exaggeration, but I'm going to say it's not too far off the mark. Everybody I have shown Orm & Man to has gone, where has this been all my life? All right. So for men, Orm & Man is fantastic. Orm & Woman is very similar. So if you're a man and woman or a couple, you could have Orm & Man, Orm & Woman, and they're a beautiful silhouette of each other because the hemlock note actually translates across the 2 fragrances. The difference is with the woman, it now has more floral components. I can't remember what the florals are. I know that she loves using things like magnolia and champaca, which gives it a bit of a floral animalic sort of tinge to it. I don't have Orm & Woman, but I have smelt it. It smells amazing. But I love Orm & Man. Orm & Man is glorious. And I love her bottle, her design. It's very Art Deco. Ooh, camera's gone. No, we're good. We're still here. All right. Bada bing. I'm going to end, guys. Aaron, good to see you. Greetings from, oh my, you're in Nepal. What? Oh, okay, no. Good for you, man. Good for you. I'm like, whoa, this is cool. All right, guys. Well, this is me. It's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna cut here. I feel I don't know if you saw, for those who did see the live that I did on Saturday, it was terrible. I was like a fish out of water. I didn't know what I was doing. Whereas today, I think I've got my my rhythm in place. And we'll see how we go with all this. Thank you, everyone. I noticed that some of the comments that are coming through is about that 9th of September meetup in LA. It looks like that it could be West Hollywood, I think I saw. So I would love to do that for whoever, even if it's a single person. I will be there for that single person. So I'm going to make time to move across to somewhere in LA, and we can meet up, enjoy some fragrances together, and we can just connect. That's what more importantly, I want to break that. I always talk about breaking the fourth wall. I actually want to connect with you guys. So this is all part of it. I'm going to end. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys on the next Mate Talk coming up. And I look forward to your comments. Connect with me on Instagram, and that way we can continue the conversation. Bye, everyone.